I don't know. What are we talking about, Mel?
Not the politics. I don't feel like talking about it.
No.
I mean, it's
No
relevant.
politics.
It's relevant.
Bro, we can talk about that shit all day long.
Well, we ain't got to eat it. I ain't ordering none, so don't tell them don't ask me.
What should I name it?
You
What
better
you talking
eat it.
about? Oh. It don't matter, man. You can talk about anything. I'm just joking. I don't care.
You said what?
I'll just name it New President.
New
No
president.
relationships, bro. Please, let's not talk about relationships today.
Nah, name is Sigil. Sigil.
I don't know if I can put that on Twitch. I know we got a shit, but that nigga Mel's crazy.
So, Bang, are you teleworking?
That's a good question.
That's gonna be a hard one for him to fight. I mean, it's an executive order, but it's people that have been hired solely on agreement that they can remote work. People bought houses in different locations because of remote work. That's a hard one, bro. I don't know if that's. I get it's an executive order, but they're gonna drag their feet on executing that in terms of all the federal agencies.
That nigga just
Let me
called
ask you
all
something,
federal
bro.
liars.
Ask you something, bro. Have you ever had any job in the world that feels bad for you, that you got your bills behind so they can't let you go or they can't fire you? Think they care? That's
say
in your
what?
house? I said that's a valid statement. Have you ever worked in a job that's
There's a lot of
to lay you off?
like union agreements in place and all of that as well too. So it's gonna take a while. I mean, I ain't saying it's not gonna happen because it's an executive order, but
Oh, Bang's a federal worker?
Yeah, he's a federal worker.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
it's gonna be hard.
He works in office, so he's good. He's good.
But I telework 2 days out of the week though, and man,
Oh, he about to go to the office 5 days a week now.
Dude, that's what I'm mad at, because I make your work week go by quick, dog. Not working Monday to Friday.
Who is considered a federal worker?
You work for the government, nigga.
So that's your the food,
Bro,
the
don't you work for
FBA,
US
that's
government?
federal. FBI is
I'm a
considered
contractor.
federal. DOD is considered federal. IRS is considered federal.
This nigga knows all of them, all the fucking names. You know all the alphabet?
It's a bunch of federal agencies.
Nah, my company works for the federal government, but we don't actually work for them. We're contractors, so I'm chilling. I'm still remote, nigga.
This nigga Marlo's
see y'all
lucky.
guys, y'all contracted for it.
Bane can't lose his job though, because I think it's secured, it's protected or some shit. What is it called? What is it called, Bane?
He's locked
What?
in.
Where you're not on probationary period and you've been there for a long time. So
Yeah. So it depends on your agency. My agency do I think they used to do a 2 year, but now it's a 1 year. It's hard to get fired from the federal government when you get on. You have to do something real stupid or crazy to get fired.
because even if they wanted to delete your position, they would put you on another agency, right?
Yo, believe
What I was trying-
a lot of federal agencies don't even require drug screening.
So what I was gonna try to tell this stone-headed guy is I was still finishing my statement. I was gonna tell you gotta realize United States works from the worst case scenario backwards. I guarantee you, even in the federal company, I guarantee you to look it up right now. That contract, especially education contract, the very first thing they'll tell you is that you can still get laid. It does not guarantee job security. It does. Those are key things. I'm pretty sure they will tell you, let you know, bro. I'll put money on that, bro.
Wait. You talking about federal employees or contractors?
Bro, I'm just. You gotta realize this when
He's talking about federal employees. Crash out on him, Bang.
When it comes to
Bro,
things
it's
like this, right?
hard. It's hard.
Let me
to fire federal
finish my
employees.
statement, bro.
Have you ever
When
worked
it
for the federal government?
comes to economy and economics and law and things like that are sensitive to the government like that, there's that sense of you immune, it goes away. Unless you're the president, then you're arrested. But even the whole thing he's doing with the, just like look at this. He put a hiring freeze, right? Who got directly affected? The federal companies. Everybody's getting an email like there's a hiring, whether you're the lieutenant or something, there's no exception. It's just simple terms, bro. America doesn't play that. I'm trying to. You can't be naive, brother.
You know what federal freeze is? You know what that is?
What?
How you
What
gonna
is
tell
it?
me about the federal government? I've been in this shit for 11 years.
Are we live yet?
Okay, tell me what it is.
Yeah, we're
then.
live.
Yeah,
Tell
we
me
live.
what's a federal freeze?
It's
I
a
did, that's
hiring
good.
freeze on anyone trying to get. So you seeing how that job you try to apply for, they cannot hire.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of common sense.
That's
I know that
different
for the
from
next 30
getting
days,
fired.
they're not hiring anybody. I was just giving an example. Like you look at because you like I just didn't like your statement. Like it's gonna take hard. It's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be hard to put a war to Mexico. I'm just trying to tell you that those kind of terms they don't. When you talk about business and money, they don't think hard. They do it.
Well,
That's why he signed it to death. That's why my whole example was just that. But just my whole example is just that they're thinking, oh, you moved, you got a new job, so we can hire you. When these guys are ready to do stuff, it doesn't have to be federal. It's just
you tying in two different things. We talking about federal employees that's been on the job past the probationary period. It's very hard
we're not
to get
understanding
fired.
each other. See, we're not understanding each other. I was just giving an example. I was just giving an example. I said when they lay off people and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be hard because they're not gonna move. Somebody has already bought a house and stuff. So I was just saying, even if somebody's in that situation, they don't feel bad for you. Like when a company goes to like when it's cutting jobs, they're not gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, you moved, so we're gonna give you some terms. That's just not how it works. That was my whole point.
No, I never said that.
Because I was just saying it doesn't matter if you like federal. I was just saying if they decided to do that.
Bro,
I know the freeze is only for people who are.
The executive order that he signed is not a snap of the finger, and that gotta go through the entire unions. That gotta go through every federal agency.
Oh, Marlon, can you explain what I'm saying?
But how come?
He's not even letting me finish my statement, and he's saying the
because you
opposite
make
of what
no
I'm saying.
sense, bro. I'm in the federal government. You talking about a hiring freeze?
Let me say. Can you give me 30 seconds to explain what I'm saying? 30 seconds. Don't cut me off when I'm talking. Take the government out. Take the government out. We're not talking about the government. We're not talking about the federal. You work for the federal. We know it. You win there. What I'm saying is that the federal freeze, the job is just saying the government cannot hire people for the next 30 days. There's just no explaining to that. It's just simple and straightforward. You are not allowed to hire. That's why people are being sent emails. Hey, because of the federal freeze that's been announced, we're not hiring. We're canceling your applicant. We're gonna wait. We're gonna review it. Whatever the case is. That's one point. But you made a statement earlier. You're like, oh, it's gonna be hard to. I don't even know what you were talking about.
He's talking because you guys are talking about. He's talking about the work from home. It's gonna be hard to move him back in office.
Oh, okay, that's what I was saying. But my point still remains. So what I was gonna say is like, when it comes, it doesn't. What my point was that like, you can't think like that. You can't say, oh, because people like Elon. You see what he did to Tesla people. His statement said, you either come in the office or you go find another job. That's it. It's not gonna. If you work from home, you travel to Japan or something, bro. This is business. There's no feelings attached. That was my point. I don't know what you're talking about. Or if you have a contract, or if you, bro, this is business,
exactly.
Bro.
Business.
People get fired every single day, get laid off every single day, bro. You're not married. That's all my point.
Loki, I think Bang's right though. I think you can't be you when you do get fired from the federal government, they have to put you in another position.
But that makes sense. That's not contractually depending what it is. But he's making it look like, they're just gonna say, oh, you're good and stuff like that. But I'm saying the contract really usually they do like a relocation contract. Usually the things they're worried about somebody thinking they have a guaranteed position or guaranteed job, and that's the first thing they outlined. Even if you look up like a sample contract for a relocation job, the first two lines say this is not a guaranteed job or something. They can give you days, they can give you this, but you still get treated like any other employee. Because I mean, you bring in money to the company, but there's 30,000 other employees. What's so special about you? I mean, you know what I mean? I think we're just not understanding. I'm not declining what he's saying. I was talking about something else, and that's why I was getting tickled because I don't even know what he's talking about.
Wait, so
Wait, Bang,
wait.
don't you work? Don't you work for me? My taxes pay your check, right?
Nah, my shit say the be fast. The pay me. I don't work for nobody. I work for my supervisor. I don't work for nobody else.
Hey, but
Bro,
Marlo.
Hold on, what happened?
I was just messing with Bang.
Wait, so how come?
Oh,
How
Bro,
come
what
when?
I was
I
saying,
thought,
Cause
I
look,
thought
look,
Collins
look.
was talking.
Hey, look.
because
So Bang
that was
mentioned
Marlo.
Bang mentioned that when Trump signed the executive orders, like it has to go through a lot of people before it really takes action. But how come niggas is getting emails already today?
it's
You guys are
different. So
talking
that's
with two
the
different
hiring
things.
freeze. Two different things. The hiring freeze is anyone that's never been in the federal government or have been and left, and they're applying for a job, and they may have had a tentative offer or they may have had an interview. Anyone, all the hiring officials in the respective agencies reached out, like how they reached out to Mellon and say, "Hey, at this time we're having a hiring freeze, so we can't hire you." More to follow until that freeze get lifted. The only federal agency that is hiring right now is the DOD, and not even I work for the DOD, but it's not for my DOD. It's military, Navy, Air Force,
Oh,
and Army.
oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, if you did a hiring freeze, they can't even recruit any more soldiers. Also, he
Exactly.
exempted them.
So they
Yeah.
sent email out to everybody in corporate?
No, so if you apply
Only
for a
people that
federal
apply
job,
for a job.
if you apply for a federal job, they sent emails out saying that the positions are being canceled until further notice. I think he did it for 30 days. So until the 30 days, well,
Yeah,
he hasn't really said what's gonna happen. So he just did a hiring freeze. So they just like, I guess we just had to freeze
Yeah.
hiring.
So who got the emails? Like people who apply for federal jobs?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
one. I got like
yeah.
5 of them.
Yeah.
You got one, Marlon?
yeah.
But you don't work federal though.
Marlo got 10 emails.
No, it's anyone who applied for a federal job. He's doing a freeze on hiring new people.
And that's because you had to apply for a federal job, Marlon?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Yeah. I got that. Collins asked that question. I understood that.
So now that's something told you know how many executive he signed at least 12 or more executive orders in the first 12 hours of him taking the seat again. Another executive order was to bring all federal employees full time back into the office, and that's those who are teleworking. You don't work the full 5 days a week. Out of the 5 days, you have 1 or 2 days where you work from home, and then remote workers are those who are full time at home. So although he signed that executive order, a lot of federal employees that agreed upon either 100% remote work or telework, now HR has to go back and revamp that to include they got to go through the union, because the union going to have to create a whole new, I think it's called a CBA, to where it applies to that new executive order. Because he signed that, you can't just, it's not going to be a snap of the finger, everyone report back to the office. Because you got to look at a lot of office spaces probably was reutilized. So you can't bring everybody back in and you don't have an office space for them, a cubicle, a desk, computers, all of that as well. So you got to
But
look at all the desktops and stuff.
wasn't this shit gonna happen anyway? After COVID?
What?
Like people going back in the office.
No, I think
COVID
what
was
he's
the
talking about.
reason what happened.
But I think he's talking about the positions were created solely for remote work. It wasn't even because of COVID. It was just they were just positions created that could work from home in general. They weren't like they weren't made because of COVID. They were just straight up remote jobs. But
Yeah.
I don't think Elon likes
I
that.
feel like part of the whole job. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's feasible, but I feel like that's what my point. What's gonna happen is they're gonna review some of people and feel like, okay, this we don't need. You know what I mean? It opens up a can of, because it's I got some of
Just
these
me
jobs are
or
overlooked.
Mel was breaking up.
So
I think Mel's breaking up.
Yeah,
it's probably, can you hear me?
we can hear you, but your audio is not like synced.
He got talking a bunch of bullshit. That's why his shit cutting in and out.
Like,
Why are you laughing at me, Beach?
I'm laughing. Why you mute yourself?
Yo, why are you
I-
paying attention?
I-
Too much attention.
Bro, I ain't never argue with Mel when it comes to no IT bullshit. He gonna tell me how the federal government works, and he ain't never stepped foot in a federal building or installation before.
Bro,
Okay,
I'll
so-
argue with anybody. I'll argue with anybody, any subject, bro. I don't believe anybody who's in a play me what to do or how something works just because they're in a place. That's blanking, bro. That's stupid thinking. Elon Musk is running the
let me tell you
government now.
something.
That
Okay,
nigga
check
has
this
never
out.
been a politician. Elon Musk
when you hold on,
government
when
right
you
now.
when,
Nigga's never been a politician. Come on, bro.
bro, listen to me.
That's a
Listen to me.
cheap shot.
Listen to
That's
me.
a cheap
Oh,
shot. We're
my
talking
goodness.
about job
All right, so
right
let me tell
now.
you something. Okay, so what you just
Right,
said,
hold
right?
on, bang. The only problem with you is when I start talking, you start cutting me off. That's what gets me mad, bro. You always do that, whether we're talking about military or anything. Let me say straight, because the problem with you is I say stuff, you text stuff, your car is very fucked up, but then you just argue with me.
Because you brought
I
something
told-
up that
Wait, y'all don't talk over each other, bro.
Okay,
Chill.
okay. You guys are breaking up, or I think it's
Yeah.
Not bad.
that's all the bullshit clogging up the mic, the
So who
headset.
wants to go? Who wants to go
Bro.
first?
Bang, go first. Bang. Go first.
But all
The
I'm
man
saying
of a
is,
go first. He's gonna cut me off regardless. He's gonna.
I let you
he
talk,
does that.
right? I let you talk, right? You said let me talk
Oh,
for 30
here's
seconds. I
my
let you talk.
bang, and I'm gonna.
Going back to cutting each other out.
No, you got it, man. You got it. When
Okay,
you,
Mel,
well,
go
let me say,
first.
wait, hold on.
Here's my phone.
When you take your, when you wait. When you take your vehicle to get service from a mechanic, when the mechanic tell you what's wrong with it, you argue with him and tell him what's really right with it. That's what you're saying just now. You're telling somebody who is a subject matter expert and what they do based off of your personal experience and feelings, which doesn't mean you're right.
Okay, now Mel can go first.
Okay, I'll counter what he just said. If I take a car to a mechanic, I believe I've done the way I think.
Oh yeah, Mel, you're breaking up for some reason, bro. I don't know why.
It's but somebody tells
Is he breaking up for you, Collins? You
Yeah,
breaking
it
up,
is.
Mel.
Yeah. No, you gotta
with
fix
him and say,
that.
"No, I don't need to be fixed." Yeah. I have a lag.
Yeah, no, it's like cutting in and out. Like
Yeah.
Switch the audio source, like the mic you're talking to,
I think it's good.
because it's
you
delayed
think it's the
also.
mic?
All right, let me change my mic.
Yeah, it's
It
delayed.
is delayed also.
Hey,
Meech, what do you think about this? While Mel fixing this thing, what do you think about this, Meech?
what? About what? Federal?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be in phases. Like, I think certain people are going to have to go in first, depending on their roles.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think they're going to review like what people's positions are.
Yeah. I think so too.
Like,
And
give
you
us
said
some
that's
job
correct.
descriptions and
That's
shit like
correct.
that.
You said it right. That's just how they did it with the COVID when
Can
they
you hear me
started
now?
bringing people back in the office.
Yeah.
They brought people back in phases,
So what's-
and the
so
first
what's-
people to come in was the military.
So what's different from what I'm saying, Ben? I don't understand. I don't get it.
Bro, we was talking about almost three different executive orders. I was talking about getting fired from the federal government is pretty hard to get fired unless you do something real fucked up. Then we was talking about the executive order in terms of canceling the remote and telework, and then we were talking about the freeze. That was two different executive orders signed, and you compiled in what I said about getting fired from the government, and you tied that into, I guess, the whole hiring. I mean, the whole relocation and all of that of bringing federal employees back to work. That when I said it's hard to get fired, I meant nothing about the remote work executive order and all that was signed. But I guess you caught the back end of it and thought those two were. I was speaking about both of those. That's I don't know, man. I don't care, bro. I got a job, and that's all I care about.
Bro, I'm gonna give you the old head talk, man. You got it. Because we obviously not understand each other.
We not.
Because you're talking about I don't work for the government. I was like, what does this have to do with a job freeze? Because I'm in the federal government, I don't work for Tesla. But I got you. Maybe we just didn't understand each other. We didn't understand each other, that's all. But go ahead, Marlon.
Bang, do you have a permanent position or you got competitive or what is it called? What is your
Hey
called?
guys,
It's
What are
competitive.
you talking? Hi, kiddos.
mom wants to put input.
What about? What are you guys talking about?
No, the video's off.
What are you guys talking?
What'd you say, Mom?
What are you talking about?
Oh, we're just talking about government politics and a bunch of
Oh, your
controversial
president
topics.
is bold. He's bold. Oh my gosh. Ben is
He
there?
is. You got the whole world talking. You got the whole world talking now.
Oh yeah. And Ben is there. That's his president.
Ah,
He's serious though.
I'll tell you now though. Ben's energy is a little different from yesterday. I don't know. Marlon Collins, you can tell me. It's a little different from
Why?
yesterday.
So Bang and Mel
Why the government
I don't
doesn't?
know.
The government employees just get paid to sit behind a computer and do nothing.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that. Ben's gonna crash out on you.
I don't know about America, but in Zimbabwe, once you're a government employee and a government employee for life, that desk will grow old, then they don't do nothing, but they don't get fired.
Is it hard to fire them in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, everywhere, government employees don't get fired. So I don't know. Maybe Trump is gonna fire them.
Damn, so I'm in the wrong industry. Shit.
Oh yeah, you are.
I think that's
Mom.
that's the one benefit everyone says about government work, right? They say that's kind of why everyone wants to work there because it's hard to get fired.
Yes, a lot of people who work for the government, they've been there for 50 years.
But what
I
if
can't
the
remember what the
federal
word is.
agencies just shut down all of a sudden? I mean, what, you just go to a new agency or
What
something?
happened?
Yeah.
With the same salary? With the same salary?
But mom,
Huh?
mom. So this is what me and Marlon were talking about. So you see the irony in it though, because that's why people are bumping heads with people like Elon, right? They believe in talent refresh. So I don't think he agrees with the government's doing that, because the type of person he is. That's why because all these ideas are easy. You can't change that. I know, but I'm saying like because it's law. You know, it's gonna be hard to do all this stuff anyway. All these executive orders are not gonna.
I think even Trump is the mindset of a revamp. That's why he's putting freezes and on. But in reality, I don't know, because it's not very easy to get rid of government employees, especially certain positions.
Well,
That's
what Bang and Mel are debating about. Bang is
not gonna be fired. He's a soldier.
Yeah, Bang is saying that it's very hard to fire someone from a federal position.
I don't know the reason behind that. Maybe Marlon, because he researches. But yeah, it's hard.
But when I was watching the Elon Musk Joe Rogan interview, I think what Elon Musk was saying is that if we were to let employees go from the federal government, we wouldn't just fire them. We would give them a severance pay, where we would pay them the same salary that they were getting in the government, and then they just won't have to work anymore. So they wouldn't just kick them out.
Trump reinstated everybody who was taken off because they refused to get the COVID thing, and then he gave them all their money back, dating back to when they were fired.
Yeah, that's true. That's what he said recently. That
it's gonna be hard though, because what you got to look at, a lot of military that may have got out on everything other than honorable. It's gonna be hard because they probably withdrawing their VA benefits now. I know with those benefits, people probably bought houses using those benefits. So now what that means is, if they do get employed or reinstated back in the service, they got to give up those benefits.
All that, yeah.
So that means if you're in a state that if you have a certain VA percentage, you don't pay property taxes. Now you're gonna have to pay property taxes if you go back into the service. So I think most service members probably just gonna take the back pay and just keep it moving. And then there's a lot of soldiers that could have possibly entered the federal government on the civilian side as well. So So it's hard, and then everyone, because when he starts, or if it does happen, the way they shut down positions, they're gonna have to either give them a severance pay, or they're gonna have to, they're pretty much displaced federal employees, so they're gonna have to find other agencies to try to fit them in, and that's typically the agency I work with, and then the DOD. That's typically how they do displace federal employees, because you can't just fire
That
somebody.
was the word. Displaced federal employees. That's the one where if you basically get preference for new jobs, right, or for other federal jobs.
Yeah. So you would be like third on the list, I think it is. So it's your veterans, I think the spouses, and then the third one on the list would be the displaced, or it might be, they might be on the same level as spouses or whatever. But yeah, they would have like priority over someone with no military experience, or just to take care of your people that used to work for you, and you have to lay them off because not for disciplinary reasons or anything, just because an office shut down or something like that.
Yeah, they would do it strategically where the employees would they're not just gonna get fired and be like not have some type of, they'll either replace them with a different position, or they'll give them some type of stimulus or funding.
Okay, so what that's called in our world, which is not the federal government, is called constructive discharge, because in general, hiring is very expensive. So getting these people off is actually a loss. It has a big, huge impact on the economy as well. And considering how many people we're talking about and how many positions, and like what Ben you said, like how long and the benefits and all that, it's super expensive. It's a big drain on the economy. But it's interesting, I guess. It is what it is, and some of this is information. They control the narrative, so some of it is just gonna play itself out, and people are just gonna do what they gotta do themselves. So that will help them.
Bang, does your salary get determined by the budget? You guys have a budget you guys do every year that's approved by Congress?
Yeah, but it's locality driven or based too as well.
Yeah, no, I meant like how do they make the money to pay you guys? It's by the budget, right?
By the budget, and then the taxpayers pay the budget. Well, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, but do you get a higher salary based on performance, or you just go to the next grade based on years of service?
It depends. So there's two different pay bands. Is one pay band that you get every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, and then there's one where it's performance based. It just depends on what the hiring actions are on the agency, but it's both. Most people try to stay away from performance based because you're competing against your coworker. You know what I mean? And one mistake can cost you a promotion versus something that is automatic once you reach the time in service.
Oh wow!
That's cool. I like that.
Nice chatting with you guys. At least I knew you were on this. I was just gonna say hi. And Malcolm told me you guys are always streaming. Good for you. Bye, buddy. Nice chatting. Marlon will give me all the gist about. Marlon's gonna be the next president.
Marlon for president. 2058. Marlon London.
2058, Baba London. Baba, I think I will be the president.
I don't have enough money yet.
You got my vote.
I don't have enough money.